Well, Coach, if you looked at it in a ranking a win, I don't know if there's anyone better than the one you got on Friday night. It looks like you guys just went out there and took care of business.
Yeah, that was in my tenure here. I'd call that our biggest win because that's beating a perennial powerhouse program that really took it to us last year, and just to show how disciplined and how our preparations improved, and it showed our kids that we can go out and beat a state-ranked team, which I don't think we definitely haven't done since I've been here.
What was the difference in this one? And I know you went into it with a lot of confidence, and you talked about that in the first 2 weeks. If you do the things that you do in practice, you'll come out of here with a win. But what was the difference in this game?
Actually, for the first time since I've been here, we responded to adversity in the game just with a "we're going to get that back, don't worry about it" attitude. We started out, we had the lead, got a 2-touchdown lead. They came down and scored. Then we run the kickoff back. Van Winkle takes it back with some great blocking. They come back out after halftime. We march down, have a great drive. We mess up, give it back to them. Actually, they go down and score, cut the lead down to a touchdown. On the very first play of the next drive, we fumble, give it back to them. They score. They're only down 1. What was huge there is we stopped the 2-point conversion for them to take the lead. Then the very next play, we take it 80 yards on an ISO. So our kids just responded each time. And then on the last drive, I was just so proud with 8 minutes to go in the game. We get the ball and we go on a big clock eater, 6.5 minutes, and really just put the dagger in them. And that was just some poise and confidence that I haven't seen in us yet, that I'm starting to see. And then to see it really take over there in a big game against a state-ranked team was really impressive.
You know, good teams know how to do that now. And I don't know what level you're at right now when it comes to that, but it seems like to me you're getting to the point where good teams always come back and find a way to win.
And that's what, we talk, whenever we're watching films, I say good teams don't do this, good teams don't do that. And it's in our scouting reports. We talk about a good team, what they're going to do in this situation. And I think that we're just becoming more mindful of what we need to do to get the consistency that good teams have. And our preparation, once again, was just impeccable. And the kids are really, I think their football IQ is soaring. And there were some situations where, previously in the past I'd be worried and yelling, and I already heard them yelling before I could even get to going on it. So we're getting there. They're coaching themselves on the field. And that's when you know you really got something going, when the players are doing the coaching.
You got a lot of great performances from several different players. But again, as you and I talked about last week, it seems like you have so many different guys. It's such a team win.
Yeah, that's what's great is we're not a one-dimensional team, and I love it. For instance, our backfield very balanced again, and we're getting a lot of production, and our line play on both sides of the ball has just been really great and very consistent, and it's allowing us to let our linebackers make some tackles and our running backs get out there and make some plays. And special teams, I mean, we have so many guys out there doing their jobs, and it's freshmen all the way to seniors. They're just all out there, and the best part for me is when I was watching film on Saturday, just watching our sideline and seeing all the kids everybody's just all in, going crazy for every play. And I told them when, on special plays, especially if we're calling a trick play, you guys got to stop looking like, look like you've been there before. There was kids jumping up and down to try and see. I was like, man, if they were looking at our sideline, they would have called a timeout. They would have known something's going on. But it's just really great how everyone's doing their part. And the best part, and I told them this after the game, was how our scout team guys prepared the offense, or our defense last week, running their scout offense. And that's just a really great thing, too. And I'm really excited to see those guys play here tonight in their JV game.
You have to feel so good about the growth, though, of this program in what I would consider a pretty short amount of time.
I really, I'm just, I don't know, it's very impressive. I'm almost dumbfounded. And, the kids are just, I don't know, I'm almost speechless. And from the parents to the kids, and just the smiles and looks on their faces after accomplishing something of that magnitude. Shenandoah had beaten 17 straight wins versus TEC schools. I didn't even know that. And we apparently were the last ones to beat them back in 2009. So that's twice now we've stopped some pretty impressive streaks, and that I'm not even aware of. So to our community, it means so much. And just the looks on the kids' faces, it's why you coach. It's why you do what you do.
Coach, you go back to work, and as you know, you don't get much time to celebrate these wins. And I know as coaches, you're right back in the film room the next day. But talk about this week, and certainly from an emotional standpoint, you don't want to let down, and you certainly don't want to let down out here.
I hadn't even walked in the locker room before my assistant coaches were drawing up Cambridge City Lincoln formations. And I told them right then and there, I said, the most important thing we got to do is make sure we don't have a letdown. Cambridge City's 0-3, but they're a good team. And Phil's a great coach, and he gets a lot out of those kids. I know they got a small roster, but year in and year out, even back when I was coaching at Cecina and was going against him, I was always impressed with his coaching ability and what he gets out of those kids. So, and our kids know it. I told them, you just watch them on film. These kids play, and they play hard, and they hit. And they're going to play until they're out of gas. And we just got to make sure we're still standing at the end. So we cannot have any emotional or mental letdown this week thinking we've already gone out and won something, because we haven't.
And they want to run the football, and they got one guy that's run the football pretty well so far.
Yeah, Jeremiah Holder, he's something when you watch him on film. And the best part is a lot of times they're showing you where they're running the ball, and they don't care. They're just it's smash mouth football, and they're handing him the ball, and they're going to claw it out 3, 4, 5, and then he pops one for 25. And I'm just very impressed with how hard he runs. I told them he reminds me of a little bulldog, kind of how we want to run the football. So, and once again, they use multiple formations to do a lot of things, so it's going to be a big week on getting our alignments and making sure we're getting all of our reads and playing good, disciplined football. It's going to be interesting, though, and I'm glad that we got such a good, strong week to have to prepare again against a good opponent. I don't care if they're 0-3. They are a good team. They scare me, actually.